Her text arrived at 3:12 a.m. They don't even ask about you anymore. I stared at the screen as if it were speaking a foreign language. Not the words themselves, but the implication. It wasn't cruelty. That would have been easier to process. It was a statement of fact, delivered like a line item in a ledger, balanced, cold, clean. I sat in the darkness, the phone glowing in my hand, replaying every missed call, every unanswered message, every instance I held my tongue when she said, "They're sleeping," or "They're busy," or "They're fine." 8 months. No birthdays, no school pickups, no bedtime stories. Just a name fading from their mouths. Mine. I didn't sleep that night. Not from anger. Anger is loud. What I felt was quieter, more efficient. It began with the way she smiled when she thought I wasn't observing. Not at me. Never at me. Someone else through her screen. A private theater of secrets. And the kids, they're kids. They stopped inquiring when I'd visit. Stopped rushing to the phone when I called. As if I'd been replaced, not just absent. I asked once, just once, why they seemed distant. She said, "They're growing. You're imagining things." But children don't grow away from love. They grow away from falsehoods. So I started noticing. Not overtly, but subtly, like a surgeon with a scalpel. The extra keys on the counter, the double shift excuse that didn't align with her schedule, a hotel charge buried in the credit card statement 2 hours from the house. She had explanations, but they were too prompt, too rehearsed, and always so composed. That's when I comprehended she wasn't concealing things from me. She was winning. I smiled more after that. I told her she looked tired, bought her wine, accepted her silence like a good man should. Then I opened a private storage unit under an assumed name. DNA kits, notebooks, a second phone. I hired a tech expert who specialized in recovering deleted data, messages, metadata, call logs. He was costly, but the truth invariably is. The most incriminating evidence was never the loudest. A single voice note, her whispering, "Don't worry, he doesn't know." Why? A child giggled in the background. The child was mine. The laughter wasn't. I scheduled the court date myself. Quested supervised visitation. She fought it vehemently. "He's unstable," she asserted. "He's manipulative. He's trying to control me through the kids." I let her say it all. In the courtroom, she wore her guilt like perfume, subtle, layered beneath makeup and a forced smile. The judge looked at her, then at me. One of us had something to conceal. And I brought it in my pocket. She didn't anticipate my son to speak. 8 years old. His hesitant voice quiet but clear. He stood up, looked at the judge, and said, "Your Honor, I'd like to play a video from Mom's phone." Her face crumbled before the sound began. Courtroom fell into a silence so acute I could feel it pierce. Then the recording, her voice sharp, venomous, directed at him. "Your dad doesn't love you. He left. He's not coming back. Stop crying about it." A pause. The sound of a slap. Not forceful, but forceful enough. Then a whimper. "Don't tell him I said that. He'll twist it." The video concluded. Nobody moved. The judge stared at her as if she were a stranger, because she was to all of us. I didn't look at her when it ended. Didn't need to. The attorney leaned toward me, asked if I wanted to speak. I shook my head. There was nothing left to say. She'd spoken enough for both of us. Court granted me full custody pending investigation. She asked if she could speak to the children after the hearing. I said yes, not out of pity, but because I wanted her to witness what silence looked like from the other side. They didn't run to her. They stood behind me, uncertain, watching her cry. Real tears. Wrong timing. I took their hands, turned, and walked out. No words, no glances back. Some revenge doesn't require fire. Just truth. The house is quiet now. No shouting, no manipulation, no texts at 3 a.m. They sleep through the night. I watch them sometimes just breathe as if my absence had been a fever and they had finally broken it. She still calls, leaves voicemails, sends letters, begs to explain. I never respond. Not because I hate her, but because I've outgrown the need to be lied to. Pain taught me precision. And now the silence, my silence, conveys everything she never allowed me to say. Final custody was granted last week. As we walked out of court, my daughter whispered, "Daddy, can we go home now?" "We already are." She weaponized my absence. So I let the truth become hers.